I'm going to teach today Salman Rushdie. Now, this year's English 2, that is the English which is for the regular students who have opted for regular English, which is compulsory. In their course, there is a story by Salman Rushdie. Good advice is rarer than rubies. Now, since this is for the regular students, so I'll begin with an introduction to the author. Then also I'll refer to his life and works. A few of them, I will not go into details. It's not necessary. And then I will explain the text. Later on, I will move to main ideas, style of language, then we'll sum up, okay? And then we'll have question and answers. Okay, so Salman Rushdie is a famous 20th century novelist, essayist, and short story writer. He was born in Mumbai, but he left for England at the age of 14 years. He joined the famous Rugby public school in England. Then he joined the King's College, Cambridge, where he pursued higher studies in history. After completing his education, he returned to Pakistan because by then his parents had moved away from India to Pakistan. And he joined the television service in Karachi. Being unhappy in the system, the environment where he had to work, somehow he could not adjust to it after spending so many years in England. So he decided to leave Pakistan for good. And he returned to England. He took British citizenship and started his career. First, he tried his hand at acting. Then, of course, he became a writer. His second book, Midnight Children, when he published this book, there was no looking back. After publication of this book, there was no looking back. He won the prestigious Booker Prize for it in 1981. And after that, he went on writing. He also wrote short stories, and in this course, that is regular course of English, for the first sem, there is a short story by Rushdie which is included in the course. Good advice is rarer than rupees. Now, this story he had earlier published in the New Yorker in 1987. But when he published the anthology East-West in 1994, he added this story, but he made modifications 7 years later to the same story. Now, in this story, the most important role is played by Miss Rihanna. In fact, the story revolves around Rihanna, a young woman who arrives by bus one morning, it's a Tuesday, to the British consulate in Pakistan. Now, this lady was not only ravishing to look at, but was oozing with confidence. When she got down from the bus, the otherwise cool Muhammad Ali was ready to work for her free. Now, why was he ready to work for her free? Because he was somehow drawn to her, that the normal Muhammad Ali, who used to bargain for his fees, when he interacted with Rihanna, he was a totally different person. So the short story is an interaction between Rihanna and Muhammad Ali. Now, let me tell you about this person, Muhammad Ali. His main activity in the British consulate was to approach any innocent, naive woman who had come for a visa. He would approach them and would try his best to convince them that he had connections inside the British consulate. Of course, he charged a fee and ensured them that he could get the papers easily for them. And this simple innocent woman must have believed him and fell prey to him. But Rihanna, outright, she rejected him. And Muhammad Ali, in fact, he even went to suggest that he would work free for her. But that also did not satisfy her, and she rejected him. And she entered the office on her own. Coming out from the office, Muhammad Ali was sure Rihanna's proposal was accepted. But instead, he got an invitation from her. What was the invitation? The invitation to treat him to a plate of pakoras. Of course, he joined readily. And till then, he believed that she had secured the papers and she was happy, and so she had invited him. Miss Rihanna blurts out to Muhammad how she was forced to an unwilling marriage to Mustafa Dhar. This shocked him because he was thinking all along that Rihanna had secured the permission to go to England, and so she was celebrating. But actually, she was celebrating that she was refused permission to go to England. She was forced to an unwilling marriage to Mustafa Dhar by her father, as was revealed to Muhammad Ali. And now that she had to leave her country, before which she had to get the papers for visa, she had to come by force to the office. But here was a chance, which she used it very nicely. And on being refused, she rejoiced happily and she confided all the details to Muhammad Ali. This is the basic story. In the next class, we'll analyze further. Thank you.